be an argument.
Right, I will double check. See what's crack-a-lacking.
Go back to, what's it called? Metric. Right, metric units, I should be fine now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, and I only use Imperial for when I need to build cars for like a racing series for like on FTC.
Right, test.
T123.
Yep. Both audios are coming through. We are good for, well, numero uno. So I will put out the host on the personal. Tell everyone on Twitter where to find me.
Did I actually do a good job yesterday in the Super Cup, considering the Firebird was pretty slow?
The battle between you and Infernus was amazing to watch, and especially with Robin on the end of the second. Mamacita!
It's only just a shame that the car is like 500-ish pounds way too heavy, despite actually being pretty grippy, so... Hey. Plus I love like, oh, if he takes the undercut, he's doing... that's what I'm doing it for, essentially. That's exactly what I'm doing it for. That makes me really happy.
No, Ephes, you make us happy.
Oh.
Because your ever enthusiasm, your wonderful self, and, well, let's just say, your ever so kind nature. It makes us always happy.
Yeah, I'm just thankful for getting like these kind of opportunities again. It's really just a pleasure to do all of this.
Ephes, it's, as I say, it's a pleasure to have you.
Right. There is the... Well, I need to be in the right suit, of course, so let me get my a little Alfa Romeo out.
The Alpha is so understated for me. Like, I don't know what it is, but with me and Alfa Romeo at the moment, I really, really like him.
I mean, it's a good-looking car for a 1950s race car.
That's true. Jupit's already in chat saying hello there. Hello, Jupit, you wonderful little butterbean. How are you? Well, Jubit, as long as you're good and ready, I'm happy.
There's bound to be some chaos in these 1950s Grand Prix cars due to, well... Let's be real here. Calamity was a thing in the 50s.
Calamity being one of the lesser things about it, Ephes.
What do you mean? I mean, if you survived just like a season, you were pretty good. Like, these things were extremely...
Yeah, survive. And when he says survived, he actually does mean survived, because this is still the lethal era of Formula 1.
Lots of great drivers, even championship-winning drivers, have been killed in early Grand Prix racing.
I mean, even what? When was it? 2014? Jules Bianchi?
Yeah, that's... Apparently on the same day they were going to announce that Jules would be moving up to Sauber.
Wait, I'm sorry, but he was a future champion.
Ferrari already even picked him to replace Kimi Räikkönen. Like, that's so sad.
I know.
Today even is a complete sad day because it's 27 years ago since Senna died.
Wait, today?
Today is 27 years ago since we lost Senna,
and
of course yesterday was the same case for Roland Ratzenberger.
Rue in the chat saying GL all, see you all for the next race. Rue, it's always nice to see you. God, how late or early is it in Australia? It'll be what,
Around
about
night?
8 o'clock at night, roughly? I believe. Dapper Turtle saying whoop 1930s Greg, so let's go. What was Greg's a thing in the 1939? When did I'm actually gonna look Greg's opening year. 1951. You are predating Greg's, my friend.
Oof.
FS, enter spectate and we'll get
Yes.
this going. But without further ado, welcome to the FTC Birthday Bash Day 203. We kicked it off yesterday. However, today is the start of the spectacular 8 event, 2 days and thousands of miles to race today. We are hosting the Reims Trophy. Now, for those of you who don't know, these are pre-war Grand Prix cars, taking its name from the iconic French circuit where the site of these pre-war Grand Prix races would have been a regular occurrence. The Reims Trophy put you in the driver's seat of some of the earliest cars in Grand Prix racing, celebrating where it all began. Because if you don't appreciate your roots, how do you know where you're going to go? You have to respect the past to learn for the future. Good tip for those of you in the chat right now. Gibbet saying he hears some French. Oh Lord. Gibbet, down. Down, boy. Whoosh. Down. But no, we have got a smattering of cars, each with their own strength, if you will. So, first up we have got, let's see, we've got the Maserati 8CTF. It is the least powerful car here. However, it does have fantastic low-end acceleration for those little nippy accelerations out through corners. One to watch. The Alfa Romeo 158. Now, this thing is more powerful than the Maserati. However, it is the lightest car out of the bunch. Next up we have the Mercedes, driven by Crow, which I can't switch to right now because qualifying's about to start. Which is, well, very, very fast and decent handling. Now, the Mercedes and also the next vehicle, the Auto Union, do have a 10% power handicap. So even though it's at 483, it's more like 450. So take with that as you will. And then finally, our final car, as Aaron McGrath sits there. Let's go on Pro whilst we wait. The Auto Union Type D. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Auto Union Type D is, for better out of word, as we see Jubit there getting on the sand, the Auto Union Type D is extremely fast in straight line, and that's what you need in Monza. However, without a better much of a word, it is a death trap. But that is the price you pay, and plus it also is the heaviest out of the four here today. Now, a heavy car, plus not that great brakes. I don't know about you, Effis, but that is a one-stop trip to cleaning out your intestines the quickest way possible.
That is
right.
That is true, considering these cars, their brakes, and remember, these are very heavy cars for their time, for what they were meant to be doing. And then, considering the brakes were essentially imaginable, it wasn't exactly a surprise if someone would bin it. So I do expect perhaps a couple of drivers today will be caught out by the difficulty of these cars.
Star Sonic in chat. Hello, Star Sonic. How are you? Saying that's what a V16 does. Does it have a V16?
Cars, Formula 1 cars in the 1950s sometimes came with V16s, as Phoenix here having a little bit of trouble through Parabolica in his, I believe that's the Alfa Romeo.
Let's have a look. That is the Alfa Romeo. And how can you tell it's the Alfa Romeo? because it's got the little yellow triangle with the clover leaf. I still don't know what that is, so if someone can...
Yeah, it's a clover. It's a
tell me in chat
four-leaf
what
clover. It's a four-leaf clover.
Oh yeah, I know. I just want to know what it means, because even like the 4C have them.
I believe there is... I believe Alfa Romeo... Oh, Dapper Turtle is going to be cursing for his... That's one of his fast laps gone.
Now, this is qualifying that you are watching if you've just joined us. So, what we can see here, they are currently at Monza Internazionale. I completely butchered that name because I stuttered over myself, I apologise. But, it is a 3-lap hot qualifying, so they've had one sort of out-lap pace lap, and now they've got 2 fast laps to try and pull it off. Now, as you can just saw, Dapper Turtle sort of ruined his first hot lap, so they have got to pray, especially after yesterday's performance. If you didn't catch it, go and watch it on the VOD. Dapper Turtle was extremely fast in the race, what you bring Super Cup, that is our current Friday series. But today, these cars are extremely tricky to handle. So we hope, we should say, that things get better. Now, currently, Phoenix is the fastest with a 157, but we expect to see times drop to around about 150. I would say 150 is a good time. I ran some practice laps with the Alfa Romeo. Now, the Alfa Romeo is the slowest one in the line as Jubert goes wide there on the final corner. That is an extremely sad thing to see from Jubert. But the Alfa Romeo is the slowest in a straight line, but it will catch up in the corner. So it's a nice balance between power and handling. And as we can see there, the times did drop dramatically already. Crow putting in a very strong time of 151.204, which is clean. I have seen him go faster in practice. However, that was a dirty lap of a 150.5.
Yeah, and Crow's still holding the fastest lap, so pole position for him, despite nobody else really going fast. And that, I believe that's Yup, Dapper Turtle will have to lick his wounds because he's going wide again. So, no fastest lap or any chance to get anything out of this qualifying session.
Dapper Turtle will have to bring up the rear, which is unfortunate, and also Jack's running wide. As now, these cars are extremely hard to judge. Hello, Exo Rallon in chat. How are you, my friend? Stalsonic saying quadrifoglio translates to 4-leaf clover. Wait, really?
Well, that's your Belgian Waffle Racing fun fact of the day. Quadrifoglio translates to 4-leaf clover. Oh boy. Metal.
Yeah. I'm looking it up. Don't worry, I'm looking it up.
Yep. Jubert having a little bit of trouble here in Ascari, but it's going to be a little bit of running wide, and Aaron drifting out of Ascari as well. Right. The first set of drivers are approaching the finish line. Will there be a new pole sitter, or will Crow take it?
Crow being very brave with the Mercedes, choosing that
Crow goes faster.
With a 150.8, that is almost as fast as his dirty time in practice.
And now
S3R Emerald currently sitting in
group.
5th. Phoenix sitting in 2nd. Can't match their times. Will anyone be able to go faster?
No, I don't think so. It will be Crow on pole for the first race of the Ram Trophy.
Very well done, Crow, taking the first pole position of the day.
And considering these cars are very difficult to drive, that is a very impressive achievement.
So we have got Crow on provisional pole with a storming lap time, should I say, of a 150.8.
Holy crap.
Next closest will be Aaron McGrath with a 152.5. And then in 3rd will be Phoenix with the Alpha. Yay, Phoenix with the Alpha.
Hey,
with
good
a
to see the Alpha.
153. Now, Jubert would have been up there, but he dirtied his lap over 152, so I believe he will be starting in 7th, with Jax rounding off the pack. Apollo, there we go, ditch that stupid name. Oh, Apollo, hello, how are you? Crow saying, I think I might be quite fast. Crow, don't be smug, because... well, I might encourage other drivers to do 1950s driving tactics to you, my friend.
Oh
but
no.
We are biased in the commentary booth. You know, sorry, should I say we're unbiased in the commentary booth? A little slip of the tongue.
So,
I will say already, it's looking fantastic. Our drivers for today, I will round them off because, well, as they seem to be glitched out at the moment. We've got FTC Crow, we've got Jubit, SVR Emerald is back, nice to see them here. Infernus, as always, our resident photography speciality, well, one half of a duo. We've got Big Boss Man Jax himself in the Alpha, nice to see him here. Jackson, love you. We've got Aaron McGrath in the Mercedes. Very, very fast little Aaron. Possibly my superior Aaron out of the two, but who knows? Dapper Turtle on hot off the heels of a very good performance yesterday. Let's hope they continue in the Greg's Mobile. And finally, Phoenix, who I thank them for waking up because Phoenix is quite a nocturnal person. They work late. But, you know, nice to see them here. Shrekky Cyrus saying, imagine Crow being fast. I can't imagine Crow being fast. It's a shock.
I would also like to announce that in 7 minutes time, the 6 hours of Spa will begin. That's the first round of the WEC. And you know what that means, right, Metal?
Yeah, you get to crush over Sophia
no,
Force
we
for
don't
6 hours straight.
No, we don't.
Effis, you do realise that on my own personal channel I've already immortalised your love for her.
Oh,
so you obviously don't watch my content. You obviously don't watch my content, do you?
Subscribe to you.
Go back about a couple of months when you appeared. I keep it in. Anyway, race one will take race 1 will take place on Autodromo Nazionale at Monza. The layout will be the full circuit alternate, so there will be no first corner chicane shenanigans. Wow, try saying that 5 times fast. Chicane shenanigans. We've got 16 laps. The pit window, because there is one mandatory pit stop now. One mandatory pit stop. The pit window opens on lap 3, closes on lap 13. Drivers will be able to take that whenever they want. Damage will be set to fuel and tyres for all sessions, so no simulation damage, so no critical failures, crawling to a halt, none of that good stuff. It's just having a good old-fashioned race to the finish. So tally-ho, chaps, let's get this going, shall I say.
And remember, these are very expensive cars, so we don't really want to damage them.
Apollo, I didn't encourage people to leave my street. That was Effis. Blame the delegate.
Hey!
Effis' first rule of politics: never accept blame, pass it off to someone else.
Well, that's a valid strategy when you're the head of like some sort of government, and then like, shit, something's going wrong. I need to blame something else. Oh, looks like
Okay, let's blame Crow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
we are getting ready, and well, for those of you who are new to the stream or returning to the stream after a while, let's just say I get very loud and very enthusiastic on the start, so just be warned so that you don't blow out your eardrums. However, here we go. First race of the Motorsport Heritage Festival. Lights out, away we go here at Monza, where they are tearing away. The two Arons racing side by side. However, Crow bogs down off the line. Dapper Turtle gets an amazing launch with that Maserati. So does Juba. That low end really coming into play. Inferno's dropping off on the inside. However, they do have the inside line. Phoenix is tucking in behind Juba, trying to get the inside with that handling of the Alpha. Crow now on the attack now. The battle of the Arons. Dapper Turtle using that low end acceleration to their much needed after that qualifying.
There goes
However,
Dapper.
they get twitchy on the exit of the first chicane, allowing Crow to sneak up the inside. Crow though, all getting very drifty.
Oh, loving
to
this.
Take out Dapper.
I'm loving the drifting
Dapper
already.
though, nothing he can do.
Oh,
the
almost
wheels are
interlocking.
almost touching.
Almost 3
Now
wide as
Dapper
well.
has the better low end. He's 3 wide.
Look
How
at this
Lesmo.
racing, man. This is incredible.
Battle of the Arons, here we go. Who will have the superior? Crow has got the inside line, and Aaron McGrath is stuck
They're
behind
touching.
Dapper.
Oh,
They are
they're
touching, they're
locking.
bumping the ground. They're locking wheels. This is incredible.
This is amazing.
Dapper Turtle slingshots out of Ascari. However, Dapper will have to cover that inside line because they do not have the top end like the monster.
Oh,
Whoa! And Aaron McGrath
no.
touches the rear of Dapper, sending both drivers out.
But
Crow's drifting through the final corner. And here comes Juba out of nowhere in the Maserati.
What an
Doing a
opening
fantastic
lap.
job. This is more chaotic than the whole season of Formula 1. I remember, this is amazing.
This has got to be the single greatest opening lap in the history of FTC. And we're having a restart.
No! No! It was such a good lap! No!
We've been robbed. We've been robbed, Metal. Oh.
Crow! You utter! I can't use it because Exo redeemed the no cursing. But you know what I want to call you. But I can't.
Well, hashtag blame Crow in chat, please, because we in the booth are kind of upset now.
Upset! I'm furious!
Oh my god, what a opening lap that would have been. Like the drifting, interlocking wheels, punts. That opening lap screams the 2020 Monza Grand Prix.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
And you know, Dapper Turtle all the way at the back of the grid, considering he had dirtied both of his laps, slingshotting into the lead. Like,
that Maserati has some serious... Like, I know people said it has some low-end acceleration, but that is not low-end acceleration. That is low-end slingshot propulsion.
it's almost like you're on an aircraft carrier catapult, just shooting off into distance.
Depends, though. Is it in Ace Combat 7?
Hey. Ace Combat 7 is still a decent game, you know. This week that will have to wait because we're gonna try this again.
This is your audio warning. Now, Scotty did show me the legitimacy issues of doing 8 streams over 2 days. With all my lights outs and away we goes, I'm going to be ruined. So don't try and talk to me after Sunday. But anyway, here we go. Lights out, away we go once more at Monza. The two Arons battling like there's no tomorrow. Crow gets a significant...
Look at Dapper Turtle
launch,
going through the
however.
middle.
Dapper is cutting them in half like a hot katana through butter, and they slingshot into the lead before the first corner. Well done, Dapper. Crow looking on the inside, being
Oh,
much
there
more
goes Dapper
confident with
Turtle
that
into
Mercedes.
gravel.
Oh, Dapper already gets nudged into the gravel. That is a shame. However, here comes Phoenix in the Maserati as the two Aarons are too busy fighting with each other. They are neglecting to see the Alphas and the Maseratis sneaking up on their unforbidden crown. Halo 5Q saying hello, hello Halo 5Q, how are you?
Struggling a little bit with his exits.
Aaron McGrath is certainly having his work out as Phoenix makes the undercut happen, goes into second place for now. Well done, Phoenix. However, with Phoenix being in that Alpha, the lack of top end is really going to hurt them now as that monster.
Oh,
of a
SVR
Mercedes
Emerald just overtook Infernus for 5th. We're going through Ascari now.
Oh, there's SVR Emerald in the background.
Aaron drifting out of Ascari.
So does Emerald. Everyone's drifting out of Ascari because, it's one tricky little corner.
It seems the Maseratis and the Mercedes are just pulling. Oh. Wait, did we just have a disconnect? Whoa, what the hell? Was it just force lag on my screen or something? Like Jubert just teleported against the wall.
I believe that was Forza lag, so
yeah, Forza lag.
Forza being Forza. But I will say this: somehow Phoenix is in second with the Alpha. Very well done, Phoenix. Certainly drives it better than I certainly can. However, Aaron McGrath has now got their work out as they are chasing down
Aaron
Phoenix.
going wide into the gravel trap.
Oh, Aaron! Curse on the commentator! Aaron goes way too hot into turn 1, drifts it round, losing and hemorrhaging positions as there goes Infernus, Jubert and Emerald past them, having to slip down to 6th place. Big upset for Aaron, however, it's only lap 2 of 16, there's many more miles to go.
Hold on a second, I believe something happened in the back of the pack as well, like there was, I believe, something stopped on track. Couldn't really see it.
SVR Emerald is currently going head to head with Aaron McGrath. The battle of the Mercedes. Now, Emerald did change to this car a matter of moments before the race, so they have no
Infernus looking up,
whereas
and that's going to be the gravel trap for him in Ascari.
Oh, Infernus getting caught out by Ascari. That is a heartbreak for Infernus, dropping down to 6th place.
Mistakes for days in just the first 2 laps of this race.
Now, let's head back up to the battle of the underdogs. We've got Phoenix in 2nd and Jubert in 3rd. Jubert trying to push that little Maserati because he knows he's got the lower end.
And down in the middle of the pack, Aaron McGrath is trying to chase down Emerald on the main straight here at Monza. And doesn't really seem to be capitalizing on them because they're in the same car, I believe.
They are in the same car, however, Aaron McGrath is extremely haphazard on the brakes. And the Sabre! I called it! I called it!
That's the third driver already in the first turn in the gravel round. This is getting, like, dramatic.
It's getting very dramatic as now Aaron McGrath is all the way at the back behind Jax, our wonderful team manager.
AKA Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man himself, who is defending his position very valiantly, although Phoenix and Jubert are jostling.
Oh, but here comes Aperture on the inside, almost interlocking wheels. The Maserati has the low end speed and does overtake Infernus for P5.
Oh, here comes Phoenix, stalking the rear of Jubert. Oh, and Emerald gets a little bit drifty through Ascari.
Jubert is indeed 2nd. Damn, Jubert, keep going, my friend.
I know, go on, Jubert. Jubert, for someone who was very nervous on this game a matter of months ago, has come on leaps and bounds in talent, and we could not.
And Aaron
be
McGrath
any
is
more
overtaking
proud
Stereo
of it.
Jacks. That's P7 for Aaron, and Stereo going on the brakes here. Parabolica overtakes Aaron, but Aaron is getting just that door shoved in his face.
Jax has jumped performance juice today because
Crow's in the
Jax
pits.
has Yes, the pit window opened 1 lap ago, so it's obvious Crow is going for the undercut because these cars have extremely large fuel tanks and minimal tyre wear, so they can easily do the whole race on one stop. However, that means Crow is going to go the distance and try and lighten his car as much as possible with what is simulated and is allowed. However, that means provisional first goes to Jubit at the moment, with Phoenix close on his tail, and not far behind is Emerald.
Yeah.
So the big bad Mercedes are certainly struggling as Jubit just kisses a bit of the grass there, allowing Phoenix to tuck in ever closer. One mistake from Jubit and Phoenix will capitalise.
But let's be real here. If anyone makes a mistake, that's gonna be extremely costly for the entire race. So Crow now has just needs to make sure he stays out of trouble. He has nobody in the vicinity, so if he can just keep it on the track, he'll be fine.
If Crow just makes sure he doesn't make a mistake, he's going to be fine.
Absolutely.
But here comes Phoenix being extremely brave.
No, but he doesn't have the
corner.
He does not have the low end power for the. He's going into the pits.
Oh, he knows he's being held up by Jubit, so he's going to try and do the undercut, break this battle, and make sure that they come out into clean air.
And that's probably something very important in these cars, like because if you can see that these are very fragile machines from their time. So interlocking wheels is a big risk in these cars. If you take someone with you,
Mind you, FS, even interlocking wheels is a problem for current Formula 1 machines, let alone
that is true.
Back here.
True, but in this era, this could have been fatal.
FS just climbing in the car and refueling it could have been fatal.
That is also true. These cars were, even standing next to it would have got you killed at some point. And that's one of the things in 1950s Formula 1. Nice segue into it. Just surviving a season. You could already say, I'm a decent driver. Because usually someone every season would get killed.
And that was the nature of the beast back then, because these cars were not built with safety. They were not built with drivers' lives in mind. They were simply built to go as fast as possible for the time.
They didn't even come with seat belts. They were thinking if the car rolls, a seatbelt would keep the driver in place and potentially give him a sort of fracture in his skull. Without a seatbelt, they could just roll out of the car and, avoid getting major damage. Which, when you think about it, it sort of makes sense.
But in reality, it's 10 times more deadly.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, effort for effort.
A's been a bit much. I would say maybe C+.
Okay. C+ tactic. But yeah, the 1950s of Grand Prix racing was just bonkers.
It was bonkers. It was absolutely insane what they were doing.
Absolutely. And to this day, some drivers in that era are still kept with a very, very high regard. Let me go quickly over some of the names. You have Giuseppe Farina, which was the first ever Formula 1 champion. As Hubert goes wide, through, I think, Lesmo 2. That's going to allow Emerald to catch
Yes,
up to
that
Jubert.
is Lesmo 2, and Emerald is on the hunt now.
Oh, he's sniffing that. He's sniffing that. I guess tail exhaust.
The Mercedes power coming into play as Emerald locks up to avoid an accident, but Jubert knows he's in trouble now as Emerald has got that speed advantage over them.
But we would like to remind you that Jubert and Emerald still have to pit. And they are still under threat from Phoenix and Crow. So if Emerald is not really sure on if he can get the move done, pit immediately and force an undercut. Will they pit now?
Exo Rallen in chat going wild for Jubert, saying, "Go, Jubert, go!"
Yeah, Jubert is really pulling out all the stops to keep himself in the lead. And right now, it's only Jubert and our friend Emerald here that can really...
I believe Aaron McGrath is going in the pits. Yes, Aaron McGrath is in the pits. So sort of a slap bang middle pit stop, which is not the best strategy from my experience with these races, because it means you can't really stretch the car. However, Emerald is still pushing on
a little bit
Jubert.
of a problem here, out of a chicane, touching the gravel. Emerald is on the inside through Lesmo 1, but Jubert keeps the position. Will Emerald force an overtake?
Emerald's now on the inside line.
Jubert must be sweating at this point.
Jubert, come on, my boy.
Come on, Jubert, make us proud. Wow. Okay, okay, is there anything else happening out on track? We do have Crow and Phoenix near each other, but not really in range of...
Jubert almost catching the sand trap of Ascari. Apologies for interrupting.
No, that's okay. It's just reporting here that perhaps a second battle could be developing pretty soon between Crow and Phoenix, who have already pitted and are on the back foot trying to catch Jubert.
Emerald is really starting to catch now. Now, judging by Jubert, I would say that they are going to be pitting on lap 12.
I think Jubert... No, he's staying out.
Yeah, I will think now Jubert's not going to pit until the last lap of the pit window just to stretch this car. Fresh in chat saying Jubert sus. Well, one of them has to be sus. There are 8 cars.
Here comes Emerald with the speed difference. Can he make an overtake? No, he can't. It's way too fast to go through the corner. Probably the better idea. And who's that in the pits?
Jubert is hogging that inside line.
I believe Infernus is into the pits as well. No, only Infernus. Although, is there a different silhouette of a car? Yes, I believe. Yep. Big
Infernus is in the pit
and
along
stereo.
with Jax. Yep. Infernus in chat saying this is fun, lol. Okay.
Hey, this is
XRL
really
saying
good.
This is
proper entertainment.
Well, XRL just said that in chat saying this is really entertaining. 30 GP cars go brrr. Apollo saying didn't think these streams were so fun. Apollo, you got to join. Fresh saying the thinner the tires, the better.
Oh,
well,
Jubert, no!
knows,
Jubert! Oh, God, trouble through Ascari. This will allow Emerald to perhaps force an overtake on the back stretch here.
Oh, Phoenix making a overtake on Crow for 4th place.
Oh, if they battle, they'll lose against Jubert. Like, don't battle. You have someone to catch.
Jubert locking up under braking, kissing the apex, lovely, and goes sideways. As we all know, going sideways looks cool, but is so slow.
Jubert's going to pit as long as Emeralds.
Oh, no, it depends which of these two will get the better pit, because there are pit stop shenanigans going on.
I believe, and who's that? That's Dapper Turtle is now in the lead, but he will have to pit pretty soon. Otherwise,
yes, they will have to pit within the next 3 laps.
Right. The main question is now, where are Phoenix and Crow? Emerald and Jubert are already rolling out of the pits. They're not... Jubert and Emerald are going to be fighting out for the lead. Wait, hold on. Who's that? That's Phoenix.
Here we go.
That's Phoenix and Crow.
Yes, that's Phoenix and Crow who are racing towards them.
Phoenix has pulled out all stops and is now your typical race lead. Jubert and the Emerald will have to go on the back foot.
Phoenix has certainly pulled out the stops. However, Jubert and Emerald are still battling it out for the final podium position, that is. XRL and
Oh, here
highlighting
goes
just
Emerald
between
on the
style
inside. And makes the move stick. And that will be P3 for Emerald. Jubert dropping to 4th.
Yes, but however, this is not Need for Speed. This is Forza.
And Crow is... It's creeping closer slowly by the second. Jubert have a little bit of exit troubles through Lesmo 2, which will allow Crow to get even closer. Now, let's take a look at the race leader, Dapper Turtle. He has to pit pretty soon. So really going to the pits.
Unfortunately, Jubert has now dropped down to 4th place. It's going to be a heartbreak.
Dapper is still
them,
staying
however.
out.
Yeah, Dapper is staying out. I don't think Dapper will pit now until lap 12.
Which is the ending
Emerald.
of the end stage of the pit stop window. Jubert
Emerald
again having trouble
drifting.
through Parabolica. Crow must be rubbing his hands because he has a prey right in front of him.
Crow can smell blood in the water like a shark. The silver shark of that Mercedes can smell the limping Maserati of Jubert and is poised and ready
It's like
to
Jubert...
take that position.
I don't know what's going on with Jubert right now. Like, he was doing so well, and... Is the pressure?
I believe there is. AMS Huracan in chat saying, sup scrubs. Well, Huracan, this is round 1 of 8 for the Heritage Festival.
Oh,
4
Crow
events
is
over 2
right
days.
onto Jubert.
Streaming madness, should I say.
And what happened to
Also,
Emerald?
Huracan,
He made a mistake. It's now a three-wheel battle between Crow, Jubert, and Emerald.
Jubert takes Emerald on the outside.
Brilliant move.
But Crow is now trailing Jubert as now Crow and Emerald.
Oh, there goes
are
Jubert on
battling
the
it out.
gravel.
All this forces them into a 3-way battle.
This is oh my god. We're back to opening lap stages, people. This is gonna be good.
Rue asking what time does the DB4 race start? So, I will look that up for you right now.
Jubert had a little bit of trouble, but he was boxed in going wide at the exit of Ascari. Jubert was boxed in Ascari, so...
Rue, the DB4 race starts in just under 2 hours' time.
Isn't that like the second event today?
That is the second event today, taking place at 2 till 4.
Yep. Crow going a little bit wide
Sorry,
here.
Sorry, no, 3 till 5.
Crow went a little bit wide and will try to... and is under pressure from Jubert. Come on, Jubert!
Rue, it's always a pleasure to see you there, and can't wait to commentate over you, my friend. Well, Huracan, as long as you're watching and interacting with us, we're more than happy to have you in chat, you scrubby sweat. But Emerald is certainly putting in the work with Crow, jostling for that final podium position. We have got a handful of laps remaining for race 1.
Jubert
So they're
struggling
gonna
out
be
of the
thirsty.
chicane again. It's another three-way battle between these three drivers. Crow and oh boy, there goes Emerald on the gravel through for Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. Jubert on the inside. Oh!
Here comes Jubert out of nowhere!
RKO out of nowhere from
Sliding
Schubert.
past Emerald. Schubert has seriously put on his big boy pants today, as the three of them with all this draft is catching up to Phoenix. Phoenix is going to be worrying, sweating and panicking as the trio of Apocalypse is approaching their rear. Crow making it through a scurry, quite untamed. Emerald following suit, and Schubert dropping back. However, Schubert does have the acceleration that can unmatch these drivers. Star saying, what? Okay. Apollo with a cute little emoji. Thank you for the cute little emoji.
Also, heads up, Dapper Turtle is staying out, so this should be his pit stop lap.
This will be their pit stop lap, and where it drops them will make or break the race.
He's probably gonna be dropping between the two groups of Crow, Emerald, and Schubert, and Phoenix, and the group of Aaron and Inverness.
Apollo saying, gonna probably go test the Jag Mark II, then sleep. Apollo, where are you from, my friend, if you're, you know, gonna be taking a nap? Star saying, I'm not racing this weekend. That's understandable. You know, many people aren't racing this weekend. You know, there's Formula 1, there's 6 hours of Spa, there's other plans and other personal matters. So, obviously, we respect that. And plus, Star, you are entitled to a break. You do a lot of racing apart from Forza.
It's an action-packed weekend, you can say that for sure, as Crow goes slightly wide on Lisbon 1. Emerald's closing
I
up.
am going to be tracking now our current race leader.
He must be pitting now.
Dapper Turtle. Dapper Turtle is currently on the back straight, approaching Parabolica. Now, currently, race stats. SVR Emerald is the fastest lap holder of the race with a 150.7. So, Emerald certainly has the pace. Dapper about to pull into the pits now. Oh no, they're staying out.
Why are they staying out? Like, wasn't...
Wait, hold on. Does it close on 13?
Can someone check that?
Oh no, it closes on lap 14.
Oh!
That is a... Oh wait, hold on. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. No, it closes on lap 13. Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
Dapper
this
will be coming in.
should be this lap.
This lap, yes. But let's go back to Crow currently, who is having a tremendous battle. SVR Emerald sniffing the rear of Crow. Crow's going to be desperate.
He's closing in.
Well, Emerald on the outside.
You
but
can't
as we know,
overtake there.
Emerald
You
has...
can definitely not overtake there at these kind of speeds. Crow drifting through the corner.
Emerald is hanging on to them and will have the superior line as Crow touches and kisses the grass. Here comes Emerald looking for that overtake.
And makes it stick. But here comes Crow
No,
again.
Here comes Crow. Crow has now got the inside line, and what makes it worse is Little Phoenix in that Alpha must be panicking.
Yeah, he's... Oh, Crow going wide on Lesbo 1. And touching the gravel.
Crow going very wide.
So SVR Emerald will be at least having a little bit of a breathing room for now, but Crow buddy, if you want P3 again, you gotta go for it.
Well, there's only a handful of laps remaining. Now, though, I am going to switch to Dapper Turtle, who will be coming in this lap. Here they come into the pits, and where they come will depend on who wins this race.
Right, they're going. This group is going through Parabolica right now. Phoenix entering now.
Yeah. Oh, Dapper's still staying. Right, Dapper is moving, but they will lose the race lead.
It's going to be Phoenix taking the race, the provisional race lead.
Here comes Phoenix. There's nothing Dapper can do. Here comes Emerald and Crow. Schubert takes fourth. Dapper drops down to fifth. That is a bit of a heartbreak. However, that means our provisional race leader at the moment, with 3 laps left to go, is Phoenix in the little Alfa Romeo. Please,
Oh, there goes
Phoenix
everyone
winning the little
touching the
Alfa.
grass. But yes, Phoenix is now your race leader in the Alfa Romeo, an understated car like we talked about at the early parts of the stream. Emerald having a bad exit for the chicane, and it's gonna perhaps allow Crow to dive up on the inside through Lesmo 1, and does indeed do exactly that.
However, these two will be battling to the flag now.
And if Phoenix makes a mistake, then the race lead is wide open. I mean, it's not exactly that Phoenix is in a comfortable position.
Phoenix is not in a comfortable position, but they're in a breathable position where they're not getting draft pulled on them, and they can afford to make a little switch, but only one.
That is true.
Crow,
And
though,
Crow,
is under
here comes
immense
Emerald.
pressure.
Almost having... Yep, I think he's gonna do it on this straight. It's a minimal speed difference. And there's Phoenix. He's a sitting duck on the streets. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
These three, the last 2 laps will make the winner.
Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. Grab some popcorn, grab some cookies. Let's sit down for this one, because this one's going to be for the history books.
3 cars.
Emerald going for
2
P2.
laps left.
Look at the speed difference between him and Phoenix. Emerald is going straight into the lead.
But will he, though? Because Crow is passing Phoenix, but Phoenix
Open from
has
Phoenix.
Phoenix is not going down without a fight. Come on, Phoenix!
And Phoenix dives up on the inside, takes P2 from Crow. What will we do in response? Going around the outside, Phoenix going on the inside of the chicane and shoves the door in him, but here comes Crow.
Crow is certainly agitated by the other superior feathered fiend in this race, known as Phoenix. This will be the battle of the birds for second place, as Emerald is looking to eke out a win, but nothing is assured in this race. There's been so many changes.
And Emerald is starting to pull away, so honestly, I think Emerald's pretty much got this race locked down if he can avoid making a mistake.
Emerald, though, as we have seen, is twitchy on those brakes, but Crow can't seem to catch up to the nippier Alfa Romeo that is driven by Phoenix, but Phoenix is quite a sitting duck on the straights. Luckily for him, though, Parabolica will put some more distance between himself and Crow, unless Crow is going to be very brave with the Mercedes and try their best to eke out second place.
Oh boys, sit down for this one. Final lap about to begin. What will happen? Who will be P2? Will Emerald make a mistake? Let's find out.
All of the other positions are sort of set in stone. However, Crow is kissing the rear of Phoenix, almost giving him a speed boost into turn 1. Crow goes very wide.
There goes Crow.
There goes Crow's
And that's
chance.
what's in for? Schubert.
Wait. Here comes
There
Schubert.
goes
Schubert might be
Let's
able
go.
to get
Come on,
us home.
Schubert. You got this, buddy. Come on. Interlocking wheels for Crow.
Schubert. Come on, Schubert. You can get a podium here today.
Come on, Schubert. You got a couple of quarters to go. You're almost there.
Ren in chat saying, "Oh my God, Crow, you dumbass!" Yes, he is a dumbass indeed.
Blame the
Star saying,
pigeon.
"How long is this stream?" It's the usual length of an FTC stream.
Schubert is Schubert. I think he got spooked about Crow getting a little bit sideways, so I don't think it will happen because Ascari and Parabolica are very difficult to do in these cars. So I think the positions
Crow
are set in stone.
weaving his way through. Oh, touching a little bit of the grass, trying to make sure Jubert can't gain any positions. However, let's go back up to
Our race leader, SVR Emerald, is approaching Parabolica right now. Phoenix can't get to him.
Phoenix trying everything in that little Alpha, which I love so much. However, there's nothing they can do. SVR Emerald is racing to the checkered flag. Here we go. SVR Emerald is your race winner. Taking up second will be Phoenix 8. In third place will be FTC Crow. In fourth will be Jubit Only Just. In fifth will be Dapper Turtles. Considering where they started, very well done, Dapper. Here we go, sixth will be Aaron McGrath. Aaron McGrath not having the best of starts of this race. Climbing back up to sixth though, not bad at all. Infernus now finishing up in seventh place in, I believe that's the Auto Union. Yes it is, which is a interesting choice to say the least.
And now we're patiently
Cross
waiting
saying,
Big
why
Boss
did
Man.
I give Max a bump?
And now we're waiting for Big Boss Man to cross the finish line in 8th.
Big Boss Man in the amazing little Alpha, and you can't say it's not amazing because Phoenix finished in second with it.
Yeah, that thing was down on power compared to the other cars, and I think it was the strategy that really did it for him. And that's oh no wait, that's just Forza being Forza, but there we go. Stereo will be finishing in 8th, unless that's the race timer. Oh no, just Forza being Forza, and I think Stereo just was able to cross the line.
Ren, that's 2 hours time, 2 hours from now, because we have got one more race here. This will take us up to 2 PM BST. And then we would be taking an hour's break for pee, food, and setting up the next stream. And then 2 hours from now, flag will drop for qualifying for the DB4 and for the Jag versus Aston Championship.
My, oh my, Metal, what a race.
I bet you're glad you joined now, aren't you?
Oh,
Elvis?
hell yeah. I had a feeling 1950s cars and the 1970s Formula cars would provide some racing, and the 1950s...
Combined with this, qualifying today, the GP cars, which I believe you're joining us for tomorrow, correct?
Yes, the 1970s Formula 1 cars, the McLaren Cup.
And then the actual Grand Prix, you are getting a plethora of Formula 1 action this weekend, you lucky little waffle.
Look, that's the beauty of planning everything nicely into a tightly packed schedule. And yes, don't worry, I will be watching qualifying and giving you the lowdown if anything interesting happens in terms of crashes.
Huracan, if you're free for BTCC, join.
But
also, Huracan saying tempted to rock up tomorrow. Do!
Please
do! Gibbet saying take a look at his lap. Holy moly! Crow producing a 150.009.
That's even faster than his pole time.
Crow almost going sub 150. Gibbet almost chasing him as well.
It's even faster than his pole position time. Absolutely incredible.
Seriously impressive. Huracan, I will be more than happy to see you there tonight because as my beautiful co-host is off seeing family thanks to National Norwegian Day, which I didn't even know was a thing, I will be joined by a plethora of guest commentators. I will be always here as always. I am like a barnacle on the bottom of a ship. You can't get rid of me.
But quickly to what I was saying, I'll be happy to provide in chats anything that anything of interest happening during the qualifying session at Portimao, and give you the rundown of who will be eliminated during Q1 and Q2, and give you the top 10 for Q3. I'll happily do that.
Thank you very much, man. Sakura in chat. Hey!
Pronto, Sakura.
Metal. Yes. Sakura, I believe you're joining me for the next round, correct? In the booth?
I was also unfortunately.
He says
oh,
maybe. He says maybe.
Wow. No, but back to what I was saying. Unfortunately, I was not able to talk about the biggest names of the 1950s Formula One era. And, well, if nobody minds, may I please finish that list?
Oh, of course. You don't have any objections from me?
Well, so let me give you a quick rundown of six of the biggest names from 1950s Formula One. Giuseppe Farina, the first ever Formula One world champion and the first Italian world champion. Next up, Jack Brabham, or rather Sir Jack Brabham, the only F1 driver to ever be a driver-owner champion, winning in his own car, although that was not in the 1950s. Mike Hawthorne, the first Englishman to win the F1 Formula One World Championship, and also sadly got killed during his time in motorsports. Next up, Alberto Ascari, 1952 and 1953 champion, and perhaps it shouldn't be a surprise that he's also the last Italian Formula One champion in history. Then the much loved and missed Sir Stirling Moss, the greatest driver to never win a title. And then, of course, on the complete opposite spectrum, El Commendatore or something himself, Juan Manuel Fangio, a 5-time Formula One world champion during the 1950s and won for 4 different manufacturers.
Legendary names, even more legendary racing history there.
Absolutely.
And it's just amazing to see that all of these names coming out like this. It's quite nostalgic in a very nice way.
Absolutely. And we also have to remember, like, this was the beginning of arguably one of the most well-known and most prestigious sports in the world. And look how much has evolved over, like, 70 years now. We went from cigarette-shaped cars to, well, some of the most advanced cars in the world. But further explanation would have to wait because, Metal, I think it's time.
Oh, it is time. We are at Indianapolis now, the Motor Speedway Classic Circuit. 19 laps, pit window between lap 4 and 16. Grid is top 10 reverse of race 1 positions. And here we go. Lights out, away we go here at Indianapolis as Jax gets very squirrely off the line, leaving him furthest to get a very, very quick getaway.
Almost 4 wide
going
into turn 4.
wide.
Holy crap.
4 wide into turn 1. Oh my Lanta, this is amazing.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see here, let's go up to Crow now, who is in the middle of all this madness.
oh, big contact
Crow.
between Schubert and Crow, interlocking wheels.
Oh, the wheels do lock, causing Aaron McGrath to
And
sneak
Crow
up
also
along with
getting
Phoenix.
Lots of contact happening in just the first few corners of this race.
There is a lot of contact, but I'm not complaining.
Yep. And oh,
Here
Phoenix
comes the
going
battle of
very
the
wide.
Aarons. Crow looking on the outside of Aaron McGrath, gets a much faster line into the corner and makes the overtake with ease, throwing Aaron McGrath into the clutches of Jubert, where the infield will be where the Alfa and the Maserati will dominate. However, you cannot deny the embankment and the pure powerhouse straights that will be dominated by these Mercedes. Now, in fairness, should have a good showing here in that auto unit as Crow is drifting around.
That's gonna cost him a lot of speed on the back stretch here. And Emerald is going to overtake Schubert. Up on the inside, slide the lock of the brake. Schubert going to... He keeps the position, but Emerald is having none of it.
Emerald will drop back massively here, as this is where Jubert will be able to scamper away like a little bunny rabbit through the forest, because the infield is where the Maserati and the Alfa are home, whereas the big bad Germans... Actually, no, Emerald just decided to slap me in the mouth with my facts, because they just overtook Jubert on the infield. Well done, Emerald!
And look here at Aaron trying to force a move on Infernus. Crow going a little bit wide here on the... I'm just going to go with the Lucas Oil Street here.
Crow making the move past Infernus. Now Infernus will play an interesting role here, because he's very competitive on that Auto Union on the straights. But as you can see, holding up Aaron McGrath and SVR Emerald, as those two are battling it out like there's no tomorrow. Emerald pulls out to avoid an accident, but this just means Jubert and Phoenix will be catching Aaron even further.
It's very clear that the power advantage on the street for the Mercedes and perhaps Alfa Union is just too much to deal with for the Alfa Romeos who are stronger in infields.
You can certainly say that again. Oh, but here comes Jubert going very late on the brakes. Aaron McGrath kissing the rear of Emerald, allowing Phoenix.
Oh, in talking wheels, Phoenix going wide.
Phoenix has the inside line. Jubert trying to cut the pair and go in between them. Aaron McGrath going on the outer line, but has the shed. Oh, and Phoenix!
Phoenix punched Jubert, and that's gonna cost him badly.
That's gonna cost Jubert a lot of time, a lot of distance, and more frustratingly, even more points. Because yes, these races drivers are still fighting for points.
I feel
Emerald,
for Jubert.
though, currently sitting in third place, is now being chased by Infernus, who's just enjoying lapping up the draft of Emerald, and hoping just to snatch onto it as long as he can. Oh, but who went off there? I believe that was Dapper. Dapper kissing the grass on the exit onto the abutment as... Oh, Jesus! As Emerald touches the wall as well. This is certainly not good for them.
And now the race seems to have calmed down a little bit.
Our drivers have calmed down a heck of a lot now, because distance is starting to be put in, and since this is the start of lap 4, this means that the pit window is now open. So I expect to see a lot of people, especially the likes of Crow and maybe Emerald.
Oh, here goes Emerald.
This lap.
Around the outside on Infernus. Same for Phoenix. What happened to Infernus on the corner? He just no pace only, and then Aaron and Phoenix just come diving out of nowhere. Phoenix on the inside and taking Infernus' spot again. That's P4 and 5 for the Mercedes and
that
the
Auto
Maserati.
Union is a death
Alpha.
trap.
Well, Alfa Union has the unfortunate record, I believe, of killing its owner, or like the founder of the brand.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, oh, here goes Emerald and Dapper Turtle almost interlocking wheels. It's going to be Emerald taking the lead out of the corner, but Dapper Turtle is trying everything to get that position back, and he does. But we're going now on the embankment of Indianapolis.
Dapper has the acceleration, but you cannot outwit the straight line performance that Mercedes has.
Oh wait, who's that? Crow's in the pits.
There we go, I called it. Crow going in early as always.
And then we have Aaron and Phoenix here.
Oh, Dapper's looking on the inside.
Phoenix diving in the inside of Aaron. That's going to be P3, but Aaron is cutting back. He is the inside in turn 2. And Crow will be exiting the pit straight shortly at this moment. But Phoenix and Aaron are having a scrap here in the infield. It's Alfa Romeo versus Mercedes. Aaron going around the outside, has the inside corner advantage now. Phoenix will have the back. No, he doesn't. Contact between the two drivers. Phoenix getting away with that.
Also, Aaron, I believe, knew he caused that, so he backs off, made sure Phoenix had the position, and he didn't gain an advantage. However, this drops Aaron into the clutches of Infernus, who in the Auto Union is really trying, and Infernus making a temporary
It's not
overtake.
enough, and look who's joining the fray. Here is Jubert.
Jubert is certainly trying. Infernus looking very strong. Well, here comes Jubert, interlocking wheels with Infernus. Has a bit of a sim twitch and drops back to 6th place once more.
And back on the embankment we go over the oval of Indianapolis. Boy oh boy, sure.
Infernus and Jubert are going wheel to wheel here. As Infernus certainly has that top line speed, but watch, I'm calling it out. Jubert's going to try and do a dive.
Here comes Jubert.
Not
Not enough room.
As Infernus gets a very slow exit out of that turn.
Oh, Aaron, I think Aaron has kissed the grab a little bit. That's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yes, Aaron misjudged the braking point far too naively there, meaning he missed the apex line of the race. And he does so again. That Mercedes certainly has questionable brakes.
I believe something is up in the lead battle. I believe Dapper Turtle and Emerald still battling it out.
Dapper has the infield advantage, Emerald has the outfield advantage. This is power versus handling, the oldest battle in motorsport.
Well, on paper, Emerald should be an advantage on the embankment here, so let's see what we can do as Jubert overtakes Infernus for P5.
Emerald won't have the advantage until the straight.
Oh,
well, here comes Emerald now, kissing the rear. Oh, mamacita, that was close.
Right, let's see. Can Emerald make a move? Is the horsepower advantage enough? They're approaching turn 1 very quickly indeed, and I don't think Emerald will be able to do it unless there is a big dive bomb. No, he's gonna play it safe.
No, Emerald has the lesser brakes out of the two, so Emerald's just gonna have to tuck in behind and pray.
And there is Emerald on the inside.
Oh, here comes Emerald. Dapper gets a little bit twitchy.
Heads up, Stereo Jackson in the pits.
Making the move. Thank you for the update, my friend. Jax is in the pits.
And here's Dapper Turtle on the inside, overtaking Emerald. Dapper slide switch on the exit.
Dapper is making sure that they can't get past.
And there, Dapper going slightly wide. Emerald sees this as an opportunity to overtake, but always interlocking wheels between two. It's Emerald taking the lead. Can Dapper respond?
These two are battling to the end. This is incredible.
1950s Grand Prix cars are amazing to watch on FM7. Write that down.
Oh, as Emerald kisses the wall, that allows Dapper, who loses a lot of speed going sideways. That is a shame for Dapper.
As Phoenix goes into the pits.
Phoenix making a midway pit stop. It did work out for him well last time, but it is questionable on this track.
Yeah, you're really reliable, or you're relying on others making a mistake and getting caught in battles. So it may be working for him, but who knows?
You certainly never know with these races.
Yeah, we've seen chaos already happening on Monza, so who knows?
Hey, Hey, chaos is fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is dangerous, but it's good fun.
Sakura in chat saying Initial D's bootleg American 50s version every time they arrive on the banking.
Oh, goodness.
Sakura,
That's it.
actually, Sakura, I'm gonna give you this.
Sakura, write that down, please.
Sakura gets, well, can we have a new segment? Quote of the stream?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we indeed do have that.
I think Sakura currently has quote of the stream.
Oh boy. But now that the race seems to have calmed down a little bit, unless I don't see any big battles happening. We're currently at Indianapolis here, and one of the things that made F1 quite strange in the 1950s is that the Indy 500 was a championship round, leading to some statistical quirks with up until Troy Ruttman was for a very long time the youngest race winner in Formula 1 until Fernando Alonso took a claim to that title.
Both Jubert and Infernus dive in the pits and on the same lap. That is interesting. Now, Infernus did get a little bit of the closing of the gap to Jubert. Jubert won't be happy at that, but Infernus is probably licking his little lips at an opportunity of overtaking the FTC Frenchman. Even though, well, he is English, but we call him FTC Frenchman because everyone says his name is French, but it's not.
It looks like they're going to be going toe-to-toe right now. Let's take a look at that.
Jubert does get the advantage.
Jubert's struggling.
Whoa! I say that, commentator's curse strikes again as Jubert goes initial D'ing, in the words of Sakura, through the start of the infield.
And this is nonetheless the modified infield of the Indianapolis road course, because after the big straight in the middle of the infields, during like the early 2000s, it was actually a double hairpin that followed after the left corner where Infernus and Jubert are now.
Oh really?
Yes, this is the infield was modified. In that big grass patch, there was always a double hairpin section.
Damn.
I played a lot of F1. I played a lot of
Dapper
F1.
Turtle is in the pits along with Emerald.
Yeah, it's just I played a lot of F1 2006, and I played a lot. I raced a lot around the Indianapolis Oval infield course.
The older F1 games were amazing. They were utterly amazing.
F1 2006. I own 2 copies of F1 2006, mainly because the first one its disc got damaged, but one of my favorite games to this day, and also the game that really got me into Formula 1 racing.
F1 2011 though, legendary.
Apparently that game was a bit questionable, but that's for the die-hard F1 gamers.
Well, that is the game that got me into F1 games, so I hold that very highly.
Oh, of course, we all have our things that we keep very dear to ourselves, and we should treasure them.
Sakura's saying, let's see if Crow's early pit works for him. Now, Crow's currently sat in second. The only person up ahead of them is Aaron McGrath, but I believe they're still to pit.
I believe so indeed.
Ephes, speaking of Formula 1, how do you feel that EA has bought Codemasters now and is going to turn F1 into a live service?
As much as I don't trust EA right now with their mismanagement for Need for Speed and etc., I just hope that they don't destroy the game. Like, I'm currently hoping that I can pre-order F1 2021 and see what I can get out of it, but I really hope that EA just doesn't destroy Codemasters, because they have already destroyed Ghost as they've done in the past.
Very true.
Let's go.
Sakura saying, not gonna lie, I expected a bigger advantage from Crow. Sakura, that is where you've got to remember. It's Crow.
Blame the pigeon. But quickly going.
Yes, one of our coveted FTC mottos. Apologies for
No,
interruption,
it's
carry
okay.
on.
It's okay. It's just I want to make sure that I go through my little fact sheet here for Formula One in the 1950s because it was a very weird time. So I talked about the Indy 500 being championship rounds. How about then this one? Drivers often share the car and to some extent even points. Back in the 1950s, there was a point for fastest lap. Doesn't sound strange, but the problem was the timing equipment. The most extreme case was like in the early 1950s. 7 drivers, nonetheless, 7 got the fastest lap, and they all had to get an equal share of the 1 point available for it. Welcome to Formula 1 in the 1950s. We don't know what we're doing.
Oh my god, can you imagine that? 7 Formula 1. Can you imagine that today? 7 F1 drivers sharing our point.
That would be so odd. And the reason why some drivers had to share their car was just for fatigue or just like, I need to go to the loo. But quickly continuing on, this will probably be a surprise, but some cars were not even open-wheelers in Formula 1 at some points. Specifically the cars from Mercedes, Van Wall, and Porsche, although the Porsches were mainly just sports cars racing into Grand Prix races.
Pretty much.
And what about this one? Royalty and noblemen were common entrants.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of like duchies, kings, dukes, or whatever sort of ranks exist into the king's houses and all that stuff. They were common entrants just because of, well, we have money, we can. And your final fact in the 1950s for Formula 1, it's not really a strange fact, but some of the racetracks that they went to were bonkers. Let's talk quickly about Monza, for example. We were just at Monza, but the classic layout of Monza combined the one that we've seen today.
With the giant embankment that was like
yes,
a 50-degree angle.
And it actually was in the form. It actually was a figure 8 track to some extent because they first had to go through the normal layout, and then when they came out of Parabolica, they had to stick to the right and drive on the embankment, and that was one whole lap.
Well, as he's saying, sticking to the right, Crow is certainly trying to stick to the right as Emerald is now hot on their heels to try and take second place away from them and what is technically provisional race win here.
Yes, let's take a look at them. Oh, they're bumping and rubbing and grinding each other. Emerald and Crow going toe-to-toe here. But they have to keep in mind, the more time they spend fighting, the more time Aaron will have to pull out of the leads.
Sakura, go back in chat for a second. Sakura saying, yes, imagine now Lewis Hamilton getting 1/7 of a point for a lap record with a laughy face.
Bono, my
And
tiner.
Hawkeye saying, just did a quick lap in the fair lane for later. It's fun to drive. I'm glad you're finding it fun to drive as long as it isn't pink.
Bono, my tires are gone.
You know, as much of a Lewis Hamilton fan I am, you know, I've even got signed stuff by him because I actually do like him that much as a driver. Oh, I really want Max Verstappen to win it this year.
It's time that we got a title fight on our hands, and it looks to be this year that we have some sort of duel.
Max Verstappen is really itching for that race win, and I don't know if anyone's going to dethrone Lewis.
It's Max.
I want it to be Max because Max, he's the #1 driver you do not go up against in a corner because he will take you out.
Yeah. No, but like, even here in Belgium, like he's half Belgian. we never saw him like on the TV's karting. Like, we would have loved to see that. Seeing his aggression develop into his signature weapon. That would have been amazing to see from a young age. Oh, Emerald, slight mistake here in the infield S section. Crow trying to capitalize on that, but not having enough time to do so.
Crow is certainly struggling. Now, these two are the closest two on track. Also, with it being this lap, that means there's only 2 more laps for our drivers to actually make a pit. So, lap 16 is when the pit window closes. So, for Aaron McGrath, who I believe is in first, yes, Aaron McGrath is still in first. They're going to have to make sure to actually pit.
Oh, here comes Emerald.
Here
comes Crow, trying to go around the outside. Emerald has the inside lane advantage. Shoving the door on him. Crow on the inside now. Drifting through
Crow kissing
the grass. And takes P2 from Emerald. Let's see what Emerald can do. It's only 5 laps to go here in Indianapolis.
Speaking of Emerald, they are currently the fastest lap holder here at Indianapolis with a 1:33.8.
Pretty fast indeed.
Emerald, though, dropping a little bit back from Crow, which is a bit disappointing to see. However, Crow is a bit tentative on this 3rd section of the track.
Also, here's another Indianapolis fun fact. You know the oval embankment, right? And how it's now more of a rectangle?
Yeah.
Before 1993, the grass patches on the inside did not exist. Because all of this, you see the warm-up lane through the final corner, right?
Yeah.
The grass between that did not exist. You could, oh wait, Aaron is in the pits, by the way.
Yes, Aaron is now in the pits, which means Crow is currently leading this race because the pit window closes.
And here comes Emerald.
Oh, Emerald, though, a bit too far to capitalise anything with 3 laps to go.
Technically 4.
I know, I was about to say 4. I realised I made a boo-boo.
No, but back to what I was saying about Indianapolis. For the reasons of safety, never mind that. Emerald is really doesn't want me to finish my facts.
He really doesn't, does it? Because Emerald is like, I am going to interrupt this man's facts and take the race win at the same time if I have to.
So Emerald, if you would be please so kind to just wait with your overtake, I'll be fast about this. Indianapolis, in response of like a couple of crashes and all that stuff, up to 1992, you could take the entire oval flat out. The drivers straightened the turns by going on to a flat section, like you could even go free abreast on it. Overtaking was a lot easier.
Oh,
There's IndyCar, the official guys from IndyCar on their YouTube channel put up full races of the Indianapolis 500, and you would have to, in order to see the change happening, you would have to look at the 1993 Indianapolis 500s.
Oh, here comes Emerald! Going side by side with Crow into turn 1!
Thank you, Emerald, for waiting to do your overtake.
Oh, the 2 Mercedes are side by side into turn 1!
Don't do a Catalunya 2016, gentlemen. You don't want Toto Wolff to slap that desk.
Yeah, but that's Rosberg. He's a terrible driver anyway.
Hey, he's the only one currently at Mercedes to have beaten Hamilton to the title. Something Bottas can't say.
And he's the only wimp that retired as world champion.
Well, true. But Bottas can't say that.
Yeah, but Bottas is a nice guy. Rosberg's a dick.
Oh yeah, but we'll have to wait until with the Bottas talk later because Emerald and Crow are still going at it. 3 laps to go.
Emerald storms into the lead. Crow having to
that's a big drift from Emerald.
Oh, they both drift! Emerald cutting the grass a little, Crow drifting. These two are desperate to win!
Only 2 laps to go once they cross the start-finish line here at Indianapolis, and then the pace is going to be really on.
Ren, yes, you are a little bit dumb, because the minis do not start for another 4.5 hours. That is round 3. The next one is the Aston versus I always say that, Aston versus DB4, it's the same thing. It's the Aston Martin versus Jaguar.
Emerald locking up on the brakes, having a
championship.
little bit of a twitch going into turn 1. Will Crow capitalize on this mistake?
No, Crow can't at the moment.
Take it nice and easy, guys. Here comes Crow on the inside. Just not enough.
Yes. Currently, Ren, the
Oh, here comes Crow on the
Aston
inside.
versus- Oh!
But Emerald is having none of it. And here comes Crow back on the inside. Will be taking race lead, but Emerald is trying to cut back on the inside as well. Who will be taking the lead up to the next couple of turns?
Crow is making his move, but Emerald's going brave.
Almost locking tires into each other, or rather wheels. And Crow moves into the lead.
Crow is currently in the lead, but the thing is, though, they're entering the embankment, and they're about to be on the final lap. They're going to take it all the way to the flag.
This is incredible to watch. It's not as dramatic as the first race, but boy, oh boy, sit down for this one. 2 drivers to decide the lead, the final lap of the Ram Trophy. Who's going to be doing it? The white flag is in the air. We're going for the final lap here in Indianapolis.
Mercedes versus Mercedes. Emerald versus Crow. There can only be one winner. Come on, boys.
Emerald trying to close up here on Crow. Slow and steady wins the race. Can Emerald keep it clean? Emerald is trying he's trying multiple different lines to see to which he can get the most momentum out of the corners. It may be the deciding factor of the race. Emerald, oh, big drift from Emerald that might be costing him the race.
Oh, that might have actually cost him.
So okay, a couple, only one more sector to go. Who will make a mistake? Will Emerald be able to make one more send on it? Because once they reach the embankment,
Crow.
that's it.
Whoa,
Oh
Emerald
no!
gets
There goes
very
Emerald. They might have
sideways.
decided the race once and for all. Crow should be in the clear as he puts 2 wheels in the grass. He will not do it. They're on the embankment.
Oh, Crow gets a little bit sideways, though.
But it's not going to be enough for Emerald. Coming down the final turn after an incredible 2-way battle between 2 Mercedes. He's on the front stretch now. It's going to be Crow taking victory in the second race of the Ram Trophy. Brilliant racing. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well done, Crow. Closely followed by SVR Emerald taking silver. And amazingly, Dapper Turtle will be taking bronze.
With Aaron and Phoenix taking P4 and P5 respectively. Who's that going off there? That's Infernus. What happened?
Infernus must have misjudged the braking zone heavily in that auto union. It obviously tried to murder him.
As Hubert crosses the finish line in 6th place.
6th, not bad.
Well, let's...
Oh my god, what a race to the line.
What a battle to the line. Absolutely breathtaking. If these cars are setting the tone for the racing we could be seeing today in the first, and this is only the first event of the first day, if this is this is a high bar to overcome, I do not know what else to expect for today.
can you believe some of the action we've had with this?
We have an insane opening lap around Monza that unfortunately was robbed from us by Crow, blame the pigeon. Then we still had a great race nonetheless, and then an amazing battle between Crow and Emerald going down to the line on Indianapolis. I'd say the 1950s cars have absolutely delivered.
They have not just delivered. They came, they conquered, and they absolutely blew off the doors.
You could say that again. Absolutely racing. And just a friendly heads up, in 20 minutes, I believe, or is it in the next... No, 1 hour and 20 minutes, I believe. The qualifying sessions for the Portuguese Grand Prix will be going underway.
That is true.
And I believe...
However,
yes?
also in 1 hour 20 minutes, we will be back with results for this little section and round 2. Round 2 will be Aston Martin versus Jaguar, DB4 versus E-Type in what only can be described as the Aintree Trophy. However, for now, we've got to name driver of the round, not driver of the day. So who would you say driver of the round would be?
there's
Because there's
loads of names.
Contenders.
There's loads of names.
See, Juba is up there for me, Crow's up there for me, but Emerald has to take it for me.
Despite not winning the second race, he put on the show. He really put on a show for everyone to watch.
Well, there you have it. SVR Emerald is our driver, well, technically, first ever driver of the round. FTC will be departing your wonderful little souls until this time tomorrow, actually, because FTC is going to help me kick off tomorrow's round 5 with some good old racing action. So I sincerely hope you get well rested tonight, good buddy, because you're going to need it.
Yeah, our friends are going to. I'm going to be reporting all the action that happened today in just the 1950s Grand Prix cars. They're going to be loving this.
Send everyone to FTC! It's a party! Woohoo! Anyway, until then, we're gonna get some drinks, get some rested help, and oh, actually, Emerald, if that's the case, drop me a message. Okay, drop me a message. But until then, thank you all so very much for watching. We will see you again in 1 hour and 15 minutes time, 3 PM BST. Do not miss it. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you very soon.